Okay, adults and teens, it is time for your practice session. All right, now let me flip my notebook here. Now, teens and adults, we were working on, let's see, waltz time and good morning to you, okay? Now, with waltz time, I know that this one was definitely a middle C position song, okay? So go ahead and turn to 73 and you can pull out your waltz time, okay? Let's go through this one. All right, so there's that butterfly middle C position, all right? Have that butterfly land on middle C. Fan out your fingers. And let's see how waltz time goes. Remember, this one also has the introduction of the crescendo and diminuendo, okay? And on lines 2 and line 4, you will find that dynamic pattern, okay? Let's go through it very cleanly, okay? Let me count off. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Repeat an octave higher. Ready? Very good job. All right. Now, with waltz time, the octave change at the end of the first time really surprised me. I didn't even read that when I first began playing the song. I was like, wow, there's a surprise at the end there. So don't let that be a surprise to you. If you need to, take your pencil, right? And you can like circle that pink writing. That way you don't forget, okay? Again, things happen, right? You're like playing and you're like, oh, I'm doing so great, so well. And then something comes around and throws a wrench in it all, right? That's normal. That's the beauty of practicing, is that you just give yourself another chance to play it right? So with waltz time, I think that the part that probably would need a little bit of extra help is one of those lines that has the crescendo and diminuendo in it, okay? Melodically, it's probably not as tricky, right, notes-wise, but dynamically, it's a little bit tricky, all right? So looking here, I'm thinking probably the best line to work on is going to be line 2, okay? Because it gives you sort of an exploration of both the melody in the left hand as well as those chords and intervals in your right hand, okay? Now, the crescendo happens over the course of 2 measures, right? It's like a measure and a half. And then the diminuendo is the same, right? A measure and a half of getting softer, right? So you really have to have a lot of control of your fingers in that dynamic pattern. So let's see if we can do line 2, and I will roll my dice and let's see how many times we're going to play it through. Oh, okay, not too many. We're going to do it 3 times. Is that going to focus? Is it going to focus? Maybe it's this one. There it is, 3. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that middle C position. Okay, butterfly middle C, both thumbs on C. Line 2 begins with your finger 2 on B, okay? And let's play through the whole line, okay? I'm going to count off, and let's see if we can do it 3 times through. Ready? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. 2, quiet, getting louder, softer. Yeah, that's actually really tough. Really trying to get the control of the pressure of your fingers as you're doing those dynamics can be really, really tough. And it's not even that many notes to do it. So let's see if we can give ourselves another chance, right? We've got 2 more times through, okay? Let me count off. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Better, right? Little teeny tiny bit. I feel like I probably have the most difficulty in the crescendo part because you're trying to do it incrementally, right? Each note is slightly louder than the next, but sometimes I find myself going from piano, piano to forte, forte, right? I don't even like have a happy medium in there. So be aware of that as you're practicing your crescendos, is that sometimes we can get in the habit of playing piano and then you see crescendo and you immediately switch to forte. It's not quite that quick. You have to do it gradually over a series of notes. And in this case, we have 4 notes to get louder. It's not many, but at least it's not like 2. Okay? All right, let's get into middle C position. We'll start with that finger 2 on B. And I will count off. We're doing line 2. This is the 3rd time through of our drilling, okay, on waltz time, page 73. Okay, let's count off. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Okay, that wasn't bad. I thought it was okay. Again, I think that's going to be something that I'm going to have to work on is doing the control of the dynamics better. Because then I could hear that this time through, the 3rd time through, I was almost hyper aware of those dynamic changes. So I was like, oh, I need to play it softer. Or, oh, I need to play this louder, right? It's okay. We can always take a step back and try that phrasing again, okay? Give yourself that time and space to explore it, right? The more you play it, the easier it's going to get, okay? All right. Wonderful. So that is waltz time, okay? If you are happy with your waltz time, let's turn the page, okay? We've got to learn our good morning to you, all right? So on page 74, we had that lovely new musical notation symbol. Do you remember? It was called the fermata. And I have my handy dandy emoji friend, right? Do you remember the fermata? It's like his eye and an eyebrow above it, right? He's making that face. And that's essentially what we're doing in music. We're giving the music a dramatic pause, right? We're pausing, we're suspending the time for a little bit to give that added drama in our music, right? It's just like in theater when something dramatic happens, everybody's like gasping, or, you know, they just got terrible news and everything just stops, right? Yes, so that's the idea with our music as well in the fermata. There's my emoji. You see his eye and you see his little, I guess it's more like an eyelid, right? But either way, his eyes are open really big, right? And that is the idea with the fermata. You're suspending time for just a little bit, okay? Now, with good morning to you, we're still going to be in that butterfly middle C position, okay? That's a good thing, right? We're not like exploring other areas at this point in time. Let's go ahead and get into that butterfly middle C position, and we will begin playing this song, okay? thumbs on C, and then fan out those fingers. All right? I'm going to count off. It's a little bit funny because it's an incomplete measure though, okay? 1, 2, 3, ready, and G, A, G, C, B, G, A, G, D, C, G, G, E, C, B, A, and then you hold it. I told you there's the added drama, right? So I'm trying to be extra dramatic. Oh, you guys are fun. Okay, now I definitely think that the last line is going to be our tricky spot, okay? So if we're going to drill anything, it's going to be that line. Only because that's the only line where you've got notes being played in both the right hand and left hand simultaneously, and sometimes the fingering can get confusing, okay? So if you need to, take your pencil, and I'm going to go over the finger numbers, the fingers, for the last line, okay? Let's start with the right hand fingers, okay? Now, we have 2 rests, right? And then you see a finger 4, F, okay? But from there, we're going to go down 1 step to E. That will be your 3, okay? We're going to skip down a third to a 1, which is your C, okay? Up a step to D, which is 2. And then finally you end with a third, right? With that fermata at the end. You've got EG, which is a 3-5, okay? So write all that in if you need it. Now, looking at the left hand. Now this is a little bit interesting because you're starting with a finger 2B, and then you go down a step to an A, and that's your fermata note. You notice there's actually a blank there, right? So if you were like singing this song to somebody, you could write in somebody's name with those 2 syllables, right? So that finger, that A is going to be a finger 3. So go ahead and write that in there. And then the good of that measure, the last note, it's the same note. Now this is the part where it gets tricky for a lot of students because you're already getting it in your mind that it's going to be traveling somewhere, right? Down by steps or a skip or something, right? But in reality, it's the same note in the left hand, okay? So go ahead and write a finger 3 with that A so we don't get confused. Now, as you move on to the subsequent measure, that is the measure that you move, okay? That's going to be your finger 4 on G, okay? So write in your 4. That's for a half note, okay? Now, from that 4, you're going to be skipping up a third, okay? That will be a finger 2 on B, okay? So write in a finger 2. And of course you end on a finger 1, middle C, okay? Now I want you to notice something. At the very end of the second measure of the last line, the left hand is playing a 2 on B. The right hand is playing a 2 on D. That's kind of cool. So you've got both hands playing the same finger number, okay? So when you've heard me play through the song, you might hear me say 2s all around, right? Yeah, you're probably like, well, why is she saying that? Well, it's because if you think about it, once you hear your finger number 2s, and if I say all around, that means both hands, okay? All right, now that we've got our finger numbers written in, let's see if we can go over the last line, okay? And let's play it through, oh, I don't know, let's check the dice, why not? Maybe I can get it to focus. Okay, so we're doing another 3. 3 times through, okay? All right, last line, middle C position, starting on that finger 2 on B, okay? Put those thumbs on C and we'll get playing through there, okay? I'm gonna count off. Let's see how you do, okay? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. B, 3, and you hold it. Move on. 4, 3, down your first time through, okay? Let's do it twice, and then we'll finish it out, okay? All right, let's do it 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. B, A, A with F and E with G, C, D with B with a C, up to an E and G. Yeah, so that time through I was saying note names, okay? Let's see if we can play it once more. And I'm not going to say anything this time. Let's see if your ear and your fingers can keep up, okay? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. All right, very, very good. Nice work, yeah. Working out that last line really, really helps, right? It's the line with all of those fermatas. It's the line that's got, fingers playing simultaneously. It also has a lot of those tricky spots of this whole song in there, okay? But now that we've played and worked and drilled that last line, let's play the whole thing all together now, okay? You ready? Let's do it. Okay, middle C position. I am in my spot with my thumbs on C, okay? I'm not going to be saying any note names this time, okay? You know what? I might even sing the lyrics. It might be kind of silly. Work on my singing voice, right? All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear someone. Good morning to you. There you go. Not bad, not bad. Good attempt at singing this song, right? Now, with your practice this week, work on those tricky spots, like I said, right? So we're working on waltz time, and we're working on good morning to you. Again, if you find a section that's tricky for you, you can drill those sections on your own, okay? When you are ready and you feel confident and excited, record yourself playing your songs and post it in the private group, okay? Remember, the private group is there for you, okay? That's where you get the most out of these piano lessons with me, okay? It's a matter of going ahead and posting your video, leaving yourself open for review. That way I can help you through any tricky spots, okay? You can also ask whatever questions you have regarding theory or other things, including fingers, okay? All right, well, I'm super glad you joined me today for practice. I will see you guys in the group, and I'll see you for lesson on Saturday, okay? Have a good day. Bye.